Welcome back to ZIGLET'S ZANY Murder Mania, a group improv storytelling podcast led by aelliotly. Last time on ZIGLET'S ZANY Murder Mania, the first activity of the island was announced, a welcome prom. Contestants were instructed to deliver promposals, and a couple of them did. Calzone took a little trip into some other contestants' heads and discovered some, or did not discover some, secrets. What other promposals do we have in store? What will Cal do next? What will Dickie do next about their whole situation? Find out today on ZIGLET'S ZANY Murder Mania, Episode 6, A Pair of Blushing Boys. So right now, Iso and Toe are at home, Nil is unconscious, and Dickie and Cal are in their mansion. What is Dickie doing? What has Dickie been doing this whole time? It's while Cal is upstairs and brooding and jumping through people's heads on his, bed, which makes sense for you to be doing something else at the same time.
Dickie was probably, he took a shower. He's probably getting ready to go to bed, honestly.
Downstairs?
No, he's going to go upstairs.
Okay.
And then he's going to go to his room and he's going to, hey, Jimmy.
Hello.
Can I get a lock on my door?
Oh, yes, sure. The Jimmy snaps his fingers and then hands you a little key card. And he says, now there is a sensor on the door, and you can only get in and out with this little key card, so don't lose her.
What would happen if I lost it?
You can hey Jimmy again and ask me for another one.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like a one-time kind of deal.
No,
I would get locked out of my room. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good sir.
Farewell. Good night. And then he disappears. You're mustering up the energy to roll onto your large bed when you kind of look beyond it and you look outside the window. And outside the window, you see a small figure skateboarding up to the door with his map in hand.
Dickie's going to look at that and just be like, Cal can deal with it.
And then suddenly you hear lots of knocking on the door. And the knocking does not cease. Cal is too caught up in whatever he is doing to answer, so now there's just lots of knocking.
Okay. So I guess Dickie will painfully, with his 7 hit points that he has left, he's gonna go downstairs and he's gonna open the door.
Rubgy is there, and he's like, hello, how are you doing?
Not doing that well. How are you?
Wait, oh yes, I'm good. Glad to see you're less stabbed.
Well, I don't think that I've become less stabbed. I think the stabs have happened already.
Okay,
but...
Dickie, I have no time to waste. I could die any time because Nil is out to kill me, right? You know all of that. Okay, Dickie. I'm
really glad we know each other's name. Yes.
I'm going to propose to you right now.
Right now.
Yes.
Right now. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm also saying this because, again, I might die soon. Because I also didn't realize people were killing people, which is kind of fucked up if you really
this is a murder game.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
You didn't know that.
But now I do, and now
all right.
It's kind of fucked. Wait, Dickie, your last name is Thimbleton, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay, good, because then this would be really fucking awkward. Okay.
All right.
Let me do this. Okay, I have this, right? And then he points to the little golden necklace that he has outside of his sweater. You see it, right? Okay.
I see it.
Here, take a look. Well, inside is this thing. And he kind of clicks it, and it's a little locket, and he opens it. And it's not an image of Dickie, nor is it a small Dickie standing inside the necklace. It is a piece of paper, and he drops it into your palms. You kind of, to catch it, but you catch it, and you unfold it, and it reads, find Thimbletons. And then Rubgy says, yeah, if you can't read, it says find Thimbletons.
I can read.
Okay,
thank
good.
you.
Just making sure, because there's some people on the silent who can't read.
Is this your proposal? I'm confused.
Yeah. So, okay.
This is your
find Thimbletons, right? Found one, I guess. Prom? A Jimmy appears and says, audience ratings are rolling in for that promposal. And then the Jimmy disappears, leaving you two.
All right. I'll go to prom with you.
Cool. See ya. At this point, I think, Cal, you're finishing up what you were doing. Once the Jimmy kind of disappears from your room, you kind of see beyond him.
He's gonna kind of sneakily lean over the railing, I suppose.
Rubgy's like, can I have the paper?
Oh, all right. Here it is.
Thanks. It's just like, it's from my parents, so I would like to have it.
It's from your parents. Okay.
Yeah,
we can talk about this.
Bye. And then he takes a skateboard and he leaves.
Bye.
Dickie sounds so exhausted.
He is. Dickie's gonna go back upstairs.
I guess Cal, like ducks inside his room before Dickie really sees him or gets the chance to see him. I think Cal probably is going to go up to his door. He's not going to open the door, but he's just gonna kind of put his ear to the door to see if he can figure out like what Dickie is doing for the rest of the night without like actually having to come into contact with him.
What you hear from inside Dickie's room is this little like electric guitar, and then you hear Lord Thunder, go Lord Thunder.
It's his comfort song.
It's his comfort song.
Cal recognizes it and starts humming just really quietly, because now it's stuck in his head. Does Dickie play the electric guitar?
I think he does.
Important question.
I think he does. I think Dickie's going to keep on playing the electric guitar, and then he's going to try to work up the courage to see if he wants to talk to Cal and ask what happened. But as of now, he's like, no.
Cal would probably want to talk to Rubgy now. Hi, Rubgy, I'm your conscience.
Oh, hi.
Cal kind of, I guess he's still, half listening to Dickie playing guitar and half having this conversation in his head, but a little bit internally, he's like, yes, it worked. So that proposal that you just did.
Yeah, sick, huh?
Yeah, it was really good.
Aha.
But that piece of paper, that's very important to us.
Yeah.
It's got some words on it.
Yeah, two.
And we know those words. We know what they are,
yeah.
Right? We've definitely both seen them, so we should talk about it.
I mean, like, it's in handwriting. I don't know if it's mom's or dad's, but it's handwriting.
Yeah, our parents. What do our parents do for a living? I feel like I'm talking to like somebody that I haven't met before, and I'm like, oh, what do your parents do for a living?
Well, I mean, like, if there's like heaven jobs, I guess like accounting sounds cool.
Oh, okay. Right, but before.
Well, I don't fucking know, and you don't either.
You're right. We have no idea. That's why I'm asking, because I'm just thinking about it.
Yeah, thinking all the time.
Why don't you share those thoughts with me, your conscience?
Well, you're thinking them, and that means I'm thinking them. So we're doing some thinking.
Right, but it's more fun if we can have a conversation.
Okay. I mean, like, I like that it hasn't rained yet, because I feel like then, like, there would be mud everywhere, and that makes skateboarding so much harder. But I do want to try the thing that I mentioned to Kamir, where you kind of take the wheels off and then you slide on sand. But I also don't want to ruin, like, this one. Oh, I could hey Jimmy and ask for a skateboard, like, without the wheels, and then I can go onto the beach and try that. Oh, thanks. You're cool.
I'm you.
I know it.
I think Dickie hears Cal punch the wall.
Dickie stops the electric guitar for a second and goes, it's probably just stocks.
Well, it's really concerning that Mill is out to get us, but more pressing, our target.
Oh, I guess. I mean, like, I didn't realize that was a killing game. So I was like, that's cool that there's a name. No, I really don't, because I feel like the one thing I had to do was find Dickie, and now I've done that, so now I'm good.
And why did you have to find Dickie?
Because that's like why I came here. Because of the little note.
Which said to find Dickie?
No, it said find Thimbleton's. Here.
Right, I knew that.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. How are you doing?
I'm you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I just found Dickie.
I think Cal punches the wall again.
And Dickie stops again. He goes, "Must be some kind of stocks."
And at this point, Rubgy gets to the door and he's like, oh, look where we are. And then he gets off his skateboard and goes up the elevator and heads into his room.
Okay, so I think Cal is sufficiently relaxed now because he's found out that pretty much nobody is trying to kill who they're supposed to kill, apparently.
Yeah, like maybe he left the door open a little bit. Something you can see like the blue light of his laptop.
Okay, so I think Dickie's gonna like take a peek there, and then he's just gonna do a little knock, be like, Cal?
I think Cal kind of just says, "Come in." He knows who it is.
Yeah, he's gonna open the door and walk in. He's gonna be like, so, quite a show there, mate.
Well, it was not really supposed to be a show. Hopefully everybody bought it.
I think you did a smashing job. I believed it. I was like, oh, I really am getting stabbed. I sure did get stabbed. Pretty impressive.
Well, I didn't exactly know how to fake it. Besides, I really don't trust Bloke. If you want to have any hope of getting close to him, we really had to sell it.
That's fair. I mean, you're a business person. You would know all about selling. I still hope I did a good job. I don't know. I feel like I could have, maybe thrown a punch or two, but it's okay. Hindsight is 20/20.
It's fine. You're naive and innocent. You wouldn't expect to be backstabbed.
I guess you're right. I wouldn't expect it, and not from you. So I assume that we are friends.
Business partners.
Business partners. All right. I do have to ask you a question, though.
Cal finally looks up from his laptop where he's been doing, I don't know, stocks. And he goes, okay.
Do you actually mind when I talk about lard?
Well, I mean, it's not as if you do much else.
I'm sorry. I truly apologize if I talk about lard too much. I just want to be your friend, and I haven't done much in the past couple of years, and I thought that would be something that you might enjoy. So I don't know, but I hope you like lard. I hope that we can keep on talking about lard, but if you want me to talk about it less, it's okay.
Cal huffs, and he kind of glances away and says, well, I didn't hate it.
Okay. Well, did you like it?
Yes, fine.
And Dickie kind of like visibly visibly pricks up, and he's like, "Oh, what? That's good. What? Would you maybe want to watch the second one with me?"
Well, it makes sense they would make a second one from a business and marketing standpoint, but I understand they don't usually generate as much revenue on the sequels.
I mean, listen, I think that it was truly smashing as well. Of course, it cannot surpass the original. I mean, there's just such a quaint charm to Salamander Bee and Daniel Sacco. I don't know, like new characters just don't compare. But
They're all gone in the second one?
I don't know. Wait, what happens in Greece too? Aren't there new people?
Well, you're right. Yeah, it's like it's switched around, and it's like
Yeah.
a pink lady and like a nerd boy, I think. But yeah. You're
Yeah.
right.
So, you know, I still think it's worth watching because the music is still absolutely wonderful. Of course, not as many cult fanatics about that one, but I think we could have fun.
As Dickie's talking, you see Cal kind of shut his laptop and turn to face him a little bit more, and he sounds a little bit like he might be genuinely interested this time, as opposed to the first time that Dickie spoke to him about Lard, when they first met. And he stops him, and he says, "Dickie."
Cal? Yes, Cal, hello.
I didn't hurt you too bad, did I?
I mean, it sure was an ouchie, but it's okay. I'm okay.
Listen, when they made us practice stabbing in classes, I mean, it really wasn't. It was different.
Different how?
We did use practice dummies, and I don't hate you.
I don't hate you either.
Well, good.
That is good. It's a good thing.
It would be monumentally more concerning if we were living in the same house and I thought you were trying to kill me.
No, of course not. I wouldn't do that. I mean, yeah. I at least would tell you beforehand.
So, we're good, then? Because I did tell you.
Yeah, I think we're good. So, what brought you here to the island?
Well, the listing on Shakehan wasn't exactly clear about what I would need to be doing this internship.
You thought this was an internship?
Well, I mean, it seems like an internship.
In what way?
Obviously, the strongest intern gets paid. Duh.
I'm quite concerned with the internships that you've been participating in.
Well, they're extremely cutthroat. Just never literally.
Well, you know, must have been a surprise when you came here.
Well, yeah.
Are you not worried about dying?
Not like anyone will care if I do.
Do you have no one who would care?
Who would?
I don't know. Do you have family? Friends?
You wouldn't call it that.
Oh. I mean, I guess I can relate. No one would care if I died. Don't really have anyone, so...
You spoke to that head empty guy earlier, right?
Yes, I believe his name...
Cal knows the word head empty, but not his name.
Cal knows the word head empty because he literally means head empty. Like, he went into his head and it was empty.
Yes, I believe his name was Rubgy Jonslr. I wonder what John has done to the world to deserve a slur.
That's exactly what I was thinking, but I didn't know how to say it. Well, I mean, doesn't really matter. Last names aren't all that important.
Oh, I mean, your last name is Zone. That's an interesting one. You know, I've never met anyone with a last name Zone.
Yeah, neither have I.
Oh, well, how did you get your last name then?
It's my mom's.
Well, then you met your mother. Have you not met your mother?
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What happened?
It's not all that important. I didn't choose this, and I sure as hell didn't choose my last name. Well, I mean, I guess now I have. But...
What was the original last name?
Yale.
Like the university, Yale?
Yes.
But
That's exactly why I didn't want to tell anyone.
Well, I'm sorry. Don't you go to Ton Prince?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right.
My dad didn't think so.
Why not?
Really?
I mean, I think it's every child's right to choose where they wish to seek higher education. I mean, it's valued everywhere. I trust that any fine institution such as Ton Prince would, have the similar caliber and similar expectations to Yale.
Yeah, he just didn't want me escaping his grasp.
Oh, I see.
It's fine. I'm sure you don't want to talk about family anyway.
Well, when you don't have one, it's easy to talk about them.
Is it?
Well, I mean, I've gotten used to telling my story, I guess, trying to get people to help me out, but not many people have done much.
Well, you sure did just spill to Rubgy.
Is Cal offended? Is Cal a little jealous? Dickie is like, well, my family were important in the Robbie call religion, and I wasn't home one day. I was quite young, and when I got home, everyone was just gone. I don't know where they went, and there were no clues left behind. No, I was so young. Even if there were, I'm sure I would have overlooked them. But I've spent my life trying to find them. But no one knows what happened. And for the people who seemed to know, they refused to talk to me. I've spent a lot of my life alone.
So you had to take care of yourself?
Well, I lived with this one woman who's very kind to me for a good amount of my life. But when I was around 14, I set out on my own across the country trying to find it. But yeah, I've been taking care of myself since then. And luckily, I worked my way up to gain admission to Harvard, and I've been taking a couple of semesters away trying to find them, trying to piece together the Robbie core history, trying to find more people, but it's been difficult. Not many people know the history of the Robbie worshippers.
So that's why you're here? Yes,
I hope that if I manage to win, or if enough people see the show, they'll know, they'll be aware. And maybe I could find more robbers, and we could return to where we used to live, and kind of try to find a community again.
So neither of us are here to win?
No, I don't think so.
You know what that means, right?
What does that mean?
Well, we're both gonna die.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's not like I have much to live for anyways, so I've kind of come to terms with that.
Yeah, whatever. Lee was right.
Lee? Who's Lee?
Nothing's ever gonna work out for me, huh?
What do you mean? Who is this person?
My ex from high school.
I forgot that they're like 19. and Dickie's like, man, you're on a murder island and you're still hung up over a guy from high school.
It wasn't that long ago.
All right, but still, that's, I mean, like, it's high school relationships. Well, actually, I've never been to high school, so I wouldn't know. But it doesn't seem like it would mean too much.
It meant a lot to your lard people.
Yeah, but that's in the movies. I don't know. I've never experienced like a romance like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure anybody gets to.
Well, I'm sure people get to. If we both die on this island, maybe not. Maybe we won't get to.
Well, even if I make it out of here, it's not like my dad won't set something up for me.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you could find someone here on the island.
He doesn't need a bastard grandchild, as well as a bastard son.
Are you straight, mate?
No. Can we not? Cal is homophobic and gay.
Sorry, I'm sorry. You know, if you're not, I can relate to that. But, anyways, I don't know. I think you seem like a good guy. I don't understand why anyone wouldn't be interested in you.
It's pretty much the exact opposite of what he said.
Well, I mean, you have to listen to him. He's not here on the island. He's not going to stop you from doing anything.
I guess not.
Should he go for it?
Dickie actually turns to the camera. He turns to the audience and he goes, "Bye."
Should I go? What do you guys think? Okay.
And then you hear a small rousing cheer. Yes.
No, he's just gonna go, "Hey, Jemmy."
Hello.
Oh God.
Oh, seriously? Okay, I think Dickie's gonna look. Is there an audience poll feature on this island?
Oh, yes, of course. He kind of snaps his fingers and a little hologram blue screen appears, and it's a touch screen. There's a keyboard. He's like, if you write a question here and tell me what answers you want me to put, we can have the audience members vote.
All right, and then he whispers in his ear, all right, I need, so I just need to know if this is like, totally out of bounds, but should I kiss Cal? Should I do it? And can the answers be like, yes, no, and the third one may be like, yes, but you might get stabbed. So I feel like that might still be an option.
And then you see like him type it in, and then there's a little loading sign on the screen, and then he displays it to you in a flourish, and you can see that it's a kind of 60-40 split between yes and yes, you might get stabbed, but no one voted no.
Thanks, Jimmy. And he kind of returns the conversation.
How long did this take? I assume Cal is just very pensively like glaring into a corner or something.
Probably like a minute.
Yeah, Jimmy gives Dickie like a thumbs up, a wink, and he says, if you ever need me to shut off the cameras, just let me know. And then he disappears.
That's so terrible. That's really weird. That's the worst thing. I think Dickie's going to go back to the conversation, and he's going to be like, I don't think he's going to say anything. I think he's just going to go for it. He's going for it. He's trying to kiss Cal right now. That's what he's doing.
Thanks for all the clarification.
You're welcome.
Is it like a very slow lean, or does he just like, mwah?
I think it's a very slow lean.
So Cal, what do? You see Dickie leaning in very, very slowly.
Not that slowly. Like a normal amount of leaning happening. A normal velocity of human leaning.
Good. I think Cal at first starts like kind of matching his pace, leaning further back, like, oh my god, what the f is happening?
And I think Dickie's like, oh, I'm trying to kiss you.
Here?
Where else?
Dickie, we're gonna die.
So we might as well, seize the opportunity, right?
Well, I mean, there's nobody else that
And Dickie kind of like smiles at that, and he's like, "But I'm sorry. If we don't have to, we don't have to right now. I mean, we're gonna die eventually, but probably not tomorrow."
Yeah, we have time.
Yeah. We have time.
And aren't you going to prom with...
Rubgy. Yeah, he did ask me the problem, but I think we just have to pretend like we hate each other.
Yeah, you're right. It's not like we could have anyway.
I mean, it's probably not hard to hate me. Not quite the most likable person here.
You're selling yourself short.
I'm not much of a businessman. I don't think I could sell.
I think Cal kind of blushes at that.
It's kind of more in your arena. But, you know, it'd be hard to hate you.
Look, I know I'm not exactly the best person. I've been told
I don't
before,
think any of
but
us are.
some things are necessary in certain lines of work, especially if you want to make any money.
There's no money to be made on this island, so I don't know. I think we have options to do other things.
Maybe that's not the most important thing to me anymore.
Oh. And Dickie is also now blushing, so there's a pair of blushing boys. I don't know why I said it like that. Anyways, once we leave the mansion, we have to pretend to be strangers. That's okay.
Wait, I mean, I kind of had an idea.
Oh, what's your idea?
Do you remember when we were talking about double-crossing Bloke?
Yeah, I do.
I don't think he trusts either of us, but he definitely doesn't trust you.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know how we could get around that.
Well, I mean, you need to get close to him, but he won't let you do it.
So, I mean, unless I'm not me, I don't know. I don't think there's a solution to that, right?
Well, and then it cuts to black.
They're gonna go to the library.
It is just as you left it. You kind of vaguely you remember where all the books are and stuff. So if you are looking for a spell book, you will know what section it is in. There is a small section marked out for spell books. The Jimmy gives you a cheery hello as you come in, and I'm guessing you all just head over there and start looking for books.
Yeah, I think.
You all just you each start at one end of the section and you just kind of speedily flip through past all of the book slides.
There's no fucking tomfoolery this time. We're finding those spells.
Yeah, it's very entertaining to watch from the outside as you watch you both converge in the middle, maybe even butt heads a little when you both reach for the middleest book. And the book in the middle is beginner's wizard spells for dummies or something, and your hands brush and then you turn back, but you have combed through all of the books. There are a variety of spell books for various classes and stuff, but you can tell that the beginner section is probably the second row of shelves and stuff, so that's probably where you're looking. And yeah, there are basic cantrips, beginner warlock spells, beginner wizard spells, artificer, whatever, just various ones. And there are larger volumes that contain more than one class, but yeah.
Okay.
Cal is planning to do his little fucking water fountain thing still. So I think he probably grabs the little artificer book and, I don't know, the regular old wizard boy.
I think Dickie was gonna kind of move to grab the artificer book as well. Their hands brush. And he kind of immediately retracts, after that discussion. He kind of just oh, sorry, go ahead. And I think, goodness, I immediately forgot all the other books he said. I feel like he's gonna try to pretend he's not getting spell books for Jimmy as if Jimmy cared, and also grabs a cookbook off the shelf, in the next section. He's like,
Just in disguise. If anybody's watching them, they're like, oh, we're just learning how to cook.
It's actually, I don't know, what kind of cuisine would he be interested in? Like,
There's definitely one that's like recipes from the movies and
oh,
stuff.
for sure.
And the lard shake is definitely a very
I think he's definitely looking at the encyclopedic guide to lard food.
Lard was a real money maker, huh?
Yeah, it's like really big. Like it's bigger than any spell book. Like
when Cal and Dickie go to the VCS, can there be lard themed merchandise?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Like just like lard tissues, lard plates.
Yeah, there's a lard party pack of like little paper plates and like little party hats that have Daniel Sucker's face on it. But yeah, Dickie, you do notice disguise self, which would cater to your needs, but there's a lot of various illusion spells and shape shifting spells and stuff. But you can see that all of the levels are either too high for you for like beginners, or they are, or like the duration is too short. Okay. So that is what you notice.
So I think Dickie's gonna turn to Cal and be like, "Oh, oi! I see this little spell. This disguise self. We would look like each other. I think it would work. I mean, how tall are you again?"
Okay, he definitely thinks he's taller than he is. So he goes 5'8".
I don't think he's suspicious. I think he wholeheartedly trusts this man at this point. So he's like, all right, well, I mean, that's like in the range of, it's a 1 foot kind of difference. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, do you think it'll be a problem if somebody tries to, I don't know, chop off one of our heads or something?
Well, I think it would be advantageous because then they would miss our heads.
The Jimmy's very bored. He's just kind of leaning on his counter and listening to the conversation. And he says, or you could get your chest area. But
and Dickie's like, the chest is much more, robust than your neck. But
oh, fair.
But it only lasts for 1 hour.
Cal's gaze darts down to Dickie's chest and back up, and he goes, yep.
Dickie again says, it only lasts for 1 hour.
What? Oh, well, okay, I used to have, I wouldn't call them friends, I used to know a couple of people who, if they needed to hold a spell for longer than the duration, would just chug those stupid little energy drinks.
Oh, I've heard of them, to 10-hour duration extenders.
They really could use a better brand name.
Yeah, it's quite long. Like, how would you even like shorten that? 10 HDE. 10 HDE.
Maybe you could go into marketing.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you. I think you could go into sociology. You seem like you kind of judge people very well.
Yes, I judge people.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm sure that maybe at the VCS they'll have 10 HDE or maybe even 5 HDE. I feel like that either one would work. I don't know how long we're going to be holding this up for.
I mean, probably a while. It's fine. I heard it's no more harmful for your system than coffee.
I mean, coffee has some detrimental effects on you.
I'm not going to stop. Okay, if we get 2 10 HDE and 1 5 HDE, then we should be able to last until prom. I assume that's when you're going to be killing him?
That's the plan.
We can do this, right?
I think so. I mean, it's not too hard. A lot of these people don't seem like they're very, I was going to say with it. A lot of people don't seem to have their wits about them.
They head to the VCS. It is quite late by now. No one is there. Fluorescent lights are flickering.
Wait,
Jimmy
Elliot,
is there,
I do remember on one of the earlier days, like, the VCS was closed when Cal went.
That's because all of the shops opened at the 10 a.m. of the first day, and it was before the first day.
Okay.
So it is indeed open.
Cool. I think Cal probably, as they go, he mutters,
was closed the last time I was here.
You step into the VCS.
Is Nil still there?
You see the unconscious body of Nil. I'll say it's 11:30. You see that, okay, you enter the VCS and the VCS is fucking wrecked. The floor is littered with various things that have just kind of fallen down. Shelves are broken. You see a Jimmy trying to kind of sweep things up. And looks at you and says, hello. And as you walk further inside, you see Nil's body just unconscious on the floor. They look to be quite dead.
Okay, I think Dickie's gonna be like, oi, that's where they are. I was wondering where they are at dinner.
Cal kind of shrugs and he kind of steps around the unconscious body of Nil to go looking for the 10 HDs and just kind of gestures for Dickie to follow.
Dickie, while Cal is like looking, is just kind of like poking at Nil, being like, hey buddy, are you okay? I don't think they're responding.
They don't respond.
All right, well, and he looks around. Are there any shelves in front of him, perhaps with home goods such as blankets he could have?
Somewhat miraculously, the shelves have collapsed in a way that the one you see right in front of you is full of lard merchandise. You see giant beach towels with Salamander Bee's face, just absolutely huge, but it's resized in a way that you can tell is from like a small poster image to fit a beach blanket, so it's a blurry image of his face. You see a lot of lard is the word mugs, and you see a lot of little, you actually see the drinks first. Because you see there are 5 HDE drinks, and then there are ones that are labeled as Monster Energy drinks, which you recognize from the hit movie Lard, that one of the characters actually has a monster drink factory, and he churns out these drinks, and you can see that Lard has partnered with 5 HDE to make these. But yeah, and Cal, you kind of circle around the shelves around the same time and arrive at the same place. There are some 10 HDs, there's 5 HDs, there are some bundles of them that have like 4, that have 2 of each.
How convenient.
And yeah.
I think Dickie's gonna look up and be like, oh, right on, look at all this lard merchandise. They even have the Monster Energy drinks. That's wow, I didn't know that they partnered with 10 HDE. That's crazy. And he's like, yeah, for sure. It's awesome.
Cal rolls his eyes somewhat fondly and he goes, that's just good marketing.
And he's gonna be like, well, wait a second first. And he takes the beach towel with the salamander bee and he like unrolls it and he's gonna be like, all right, Neil, I hope you feel better, and puts it on top of him. I know we just came here for the 10 HDE, but like, look at these mugs. I haven't seen these anywhere else. This is like exclusive merchandise.
Cal kind of looks at him sadly and he goes, you're not really going to buy every single thing that just says the word lard on it, right?
No, of course not. Of course not. I mean, I'm not a foolish man. But maybe just one thing. I mean, like, it's a murder island. I'm sure I would feel so much better. Wouldn't you feel better drinking your coffee from a lard as the word monk?
As Dickie's talking, Cal is just kind of like putting the 10 HDs in the little shopping basket or whatever that he picked up on the way in, I guess. And he very surprisingly kind of like slides a mug into it and starts walking towards the cash registers.
And Dickie is just like kind of like, all right. And he grabs the mug for himself and walks over.
You get to the counter and Jimmy is like, hello, welcome to the VCS. Activities start tomorrow, so right now you each have 25 gold pieces to use, and once activities start, you will be able to convert points into gold pieces. What have you got here?
Cal does not say a word to him. He just starts unloading onto this stupid little... what the fuck is that called? The little grocery belt.
Conveyor belt?
Yeah, the conveyor belt. Jimmy kind of leans down at the other end of the conveyor belt and reaches out his hands to grab each little item as it comes near. He clasps his hands around each one and gives it a little tap with one finger, and you can hear him making a little, like, bell chime. Oh my god, his eyeballs flip back so that you can...
You like the price on his eyes?
You can
Elliot,
see
this is fun for cartoon characters, but horrifying when you are imagining each of these as real-life people.
Does Cal make that face of disgust?
Yes.
Alright, he says, "Oh, I'm sorry if this is unsettling," and little sunglasses appear instead, like the Ray-Ban dad sunglasses, and the price shows on them.
I think Dickie like whispers into Cal's ear, being like, "It's crazy how advanced technology has become. I mean, these holograms, they're wild."
Cal turns back to him and goes, "Well, it's probably more cost-effective than buying an actual cash register."
And as you are having your conversation, he kind of finishes scanning all the things, and you can see that the mugs each cost about like 5 GP, I would say, 5 gold pieces. But the total of the drinks totals up to around like 45 gold pieces, which is more than you have.
Oh no.
But okay, did you grab one of the 4 drink bundles, or did you grab like the second one?
Just so that each of us should have 25 hours. The most cost-effective way to do that, like if there are bundles, Cal is going to buy the bundles.
He kind of scans the mugs first, and then he gets to the bundle and he says, "Oh, well, you would be able to cover all of this, but this is in fact a couple's discount bundle from the hit movie Lard."
And I think Dickie turns red. He's like, "Oh, what?"
A couple's discount bundle for you and your loved ones to absolutely go ham on those illusions.
Dickie's gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, how, you get what?"
Well, now the perks of these couple bundles means you will be able to pool your resources together, and you would definitely be able to afford this, but these are in fact for couples. Just letting you know. It's just the branding. It doesn't change much.
Cal has been crossing his arms and viciously just doing his best to avoid eye contact. But he finally goes, "It was the most cost-effective."
Living with the one you love usually is.
Okay.
All right. Happy trails, boys. And he kind of stuffs it he puts it in a paper bag and hands it to you all.
And Cal glares at him, pointedly does not take it, and goes, "Plastic, please."
He warily says, "Do you want me to double bag it?"
Yes.
And he sure does. He gives it to you all.
You know, double the bag, double the fun. Thank you. Bye.
Cal just snatches the bags and starts speed walking out.
And Dickie under his breath goes, "For a little man, he walks so fast," and goes after him.
I'll say that you both head back to the mansion. Yeah, will you just be carrying these drinks on your person for the rest of for the next day and stuff like that?
Yeah, I guess so.
So we're gonna skip ahead to midnight. And Nil, so you open your eyes and you feel completely fine, and you see that you are in an empty BCS. A Jimmy is leaning over you and says, "Good morning, Nil. While you were out last night, the first challenge of the island was announced. We will be having a welcome prom tonight, so finding a date is the first challenge, and you have until noon. Points will be awarded in the following manner. You will get 5 points for acquiring a date before today at noon. Oh, it's midnight. Whether you ask someone out or someone asks you out. You get extra points through promposing. Each promposal will receive a rounded average of audience ratings from 1 to 10. You will then gain this number of points. In the event someone rejects your promposal and you try again, you will still receive points the second time, but they will be halved. The time allotted for this activity again ends at noon, and the scoreboard will also be announced then. And farewell." So are you going to do anything else?
Hey, Jimmy.
Hello again.
Do you have anything that moves faster than a skateboard?
Do you want a motorcycle?
Yes,
Do you want a scooter?
I want a motorcycle.
Okay. And Jimmy snaps his fingers and suddenly a kind of ring of keys appears and he tosses it to Nil. And you kind of, now I'm just envisioning a car because I was like, you click it and there's a beep beep, but I doubt that happens. That's
Yeah, beep beep.
but it's Jimmy's voice saying beep beep, and you see through the VCS glass that it's stationed kind of outside the VCS, and it is all black and it is glossy and sleek and very cool looking.
Oh yeah. Okay, Mill's going to hop on that and drive on over to Rubgy's place.
So you drive on over to the dorm. You enter the area and you see a little lobby area and you see a staircase and an elevator.
Okay, Mill goes up the stairs.
Right now it's like, let's say it's like a 12:15. So you enter into a hallway and there's a door on either side, but both doors are kind of locked. There's a little sensor for like a little key card, you can tell.
Okay, Mill's literally just gonna wait until Rubgy leaves.
Let's skip to tomorrow morning, I guess.
I think Dickie is going to get up at his classic 5:45 to get ready. But as he's about to leave his room at 6, he decides that he's going to wait until Cal leaves his room so that he doesn't have to, like, see him. Like, he's going to crack open his door just a little so he can hear if, like, Cal's door opens.
Okay, when is Toe waking up?
Toe's gonna wake up at... Well, I think Toe and Iso wanted to watch the sunrise that morning. When is sunrise on this fantasy island?
It is about at like 6 o'clock, so they will have to wake up around 5:52. Yeah.
5:52? Sure.
I'd say Bass wakes up as usual at 6, maybe a little bit earlier because he actually got rest last night instead of playing carnival games. And yeah, like maybe 5:45, 5:50. And yeah, because he's planning on going for another morning run. He shimmies out from under the bunk bed that they've constructed and sort of gently shakes Bloke awake. Oh. Then he punches him in the chest.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, oh, my darts are, God, okay. And then Bloke kind of climbs out of bed and he opens his little pink conkin, pulls out a dart, and is like, here. And then he stabs you real quick. Are you going on your run again, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you said last night you didn't want to come, so
yeah.
We'll be back here at
7?
7?
Yeah, cool, see you. And then he goes back to sleep. So first up is Toe and Iso. So I think they wake up, they spend a good they spend a good time kind of watching the sun. And then Iso's like, do you wanna head to breakfast? We kind of got there a little later yesterday, so we could see if there's any
first I have something to ask you. And you hear a voice from, oh goodness, how far? 30 feet away to your left.
Oh, and then she looks,
and it says,
she looks to the left.
And then you hear a voice 30 feet away in front of you that says, you. And
she's
then to the right,
me,
want. And then behind her 30 feet, 2. And then above her, go to prom with me. And then Bo goes, sorry, yes. I couldn't find enough directions in the world to put the...
You did beautifully. I would love to. And then she gives you a hug. Jimmy appears and he's like, that's a promposal. The audience ratings are rolling in. They head to breakfast, and considering Cal and Dickie are still kind of waiting for each other, you are the first ones there.
Toe is going to want to she's going to go, hey, Daddy, Could I have a bowl of oatmeal with some strawberries in it?
Hello, yes, sure. And then he crafts that for you, and he's like, here, for you, crafted with love. Have a safe and good day.
Oh, thank you. I will.
She gets a bowl of strawberry yogurt with some little fruits in there and stuff. And then she goes and sits at the round table kind of closest to the door, because there's 3, and then she sits down there. How are Cal and Dickie doing? Are they still waiting? It's like 6:15. What's the timeline on that?
I think Cal was probably waiting for Dickie to go first, because Dickie usually goes a little bit early. But I think no. After a certain point, he kind of like checks his watch and he sighs, and he checks his watch like 2 seconds later and he sighs again, and he just like bursts open the door, like he slams it and just walks out of the house.
Okay, so we'll say you'll get there at like a good 6:20. Back at the cafeteria, before you get in, a Jimmy walks into the cafeteria and says, good morning, a new breakfasting bunch. Oh, how great. Okay, so I had some of your peers complete this check-in activity yesterday, since kills have already started pouring in and people are already losing track of their assignments, which is something. You would think you wouldn't forget about the person you're supposed to kill. So I would like those who have not yet to do so. So, well, there's only 2 people here right now, but I would like you to come up to me and whisper to me your target's name.
Is this why you keep doing this? Are people actually like forgetting their like?
Well, you don't get to know. That's part of the intricacies of people remembering and forgetting their targets. And then your target's name and rank the confidence you feel about your activity to the confidence you feel about your ability to complete this assignment from 1 to 10. Thank you. And then I guess he goes up to Toe first, and Toe whispers,
well, what does she whisper?
And Jimmy's like, good luck with that. And then waves Toe off. And then he motions to Iso, come here, come tell me. And then Iso goes up and tells him. And she's like, cool, happy eating. And then he leaves. And then at this point, Cal walks in. Let's say you actually run into this Jimmy as he exits, but he's like, you told me yesterday, you're good. Happy breakfast. And then he leaves.
Cal looks confused because I, as a player, did not remember what happened for a hot sec until you were like, oh, PM Mir. So I think Cal probably forgot. He did physically, bodily run into the hologram. Yeah.
Also, the Jimmys are tangible.
I think Jimmy's probably got like a good few inches on Cal. So like Cal runs into him, but Cal ends up stumbling backwards.
You don't. You're fine.
Can you just let me narrate Cal not being able to stay on his own 2 feet?
But you don't feel it's fine.
He goes to get some coffee. He just makes a beeline for the coffee machine. He's very grumpy.
Okay. And you just get coffee, and you see Toe and Iso kind of sitting at the table.
I think Cal is going to sit like within talking distance, but not right across from them, so that like if they want to start a conversation, they can. But he's not gonna. He's glaring into his mug of coffee again. It's kind of his go-to.
So you're sitting at the little round table next to him. And Iso's like, hello.
Yeah, and Toe's gonna go, hey Cal, how are you? How was your night?
Less stabby than my afternoon.
Oh,
that's good.
Yeah.
Unless you wanted it to be more stabby.
Yeah, whatever makes you happy, whatever floats your boat, I guess. So, Cal, how are you feeling about this whole, murder stuff?
Well, better now.
Oh, why?
I've got some practice in.
Oh, that's important. Practice makes perfect.
I guess. Well, have fun with your coffee. And then Iso kind of resumes her conversation with Toe and turns her chair around so that the back is facing Cal.
Oh, very, very good. Very good.
And around the same time, upstairs, Nil, the door opens and Rubgy steps out. What would you like to do?
Grapple him as soon as he steps out of the door. Fucking not even.
There's a moment, but then he kind of pushes you off.
I am just going to attack him with my greatsword. It's a classic.
And then in response, he takes his great axe and he swings it at you. He reaches forward and punches you a shit ton.
All right, man. So then I want to cast Hellish Rebuke, which is a reaction.
Cool. And so after he punches you, like a lot of flames appear out of nowhere and surround him briefly. And he's like, oh, ouchie, ouch, ouch.
So then I am going to just hit him again with that beautiful greatsword, baby.
And he is out. He is
Woo! All right.
Down for the count.
I'm gonna cry.
At this point, also, Bloke steps out of the elevator with his little he has a little shower caddy and he has a towel wrapped around his head. And he's like, good for you. And then he goes to his room.
Oh my god, please. Okay, I'm just gonna fucking lift my greatsword above my head and just fucking bring it down onto Rubgy. I'm gonna try and decapitate him.
And the boy is dead. And then he gets fully decapitated. His head kind of rolls to the side. The necklace is cut through, so the chains kind of split, and the locket is left with his corpse. And as you watch Nil, pinpricks of blue light start flickering at the top of his head, the kind of where his head got cut off, the parts of his neck there, the parts of his neck with his body, and his toes. And then the light expands into thin lines that kind of start running down his body, and the ones between his severed head and the body kind of start pulling the head back towards the body. And
what is this?
The light.
No, what is this?
No, this is fine. This is fine. This is just so that it's all in one piece.
Okay.
The light expands into thin lines that start running down his body until they meet each other and start to expand into glittering blue fields that surround his corpse. And within 10 seconds, a hologram coffin has formed and slowly sinks into the ground. And it is gone. Would you like to go to breakfast?
I would like to go into Ruby's room and see if there's anything that I can take.
Oh, yeah, sure. You go into the room. There is a skateboard. There's a shit ton of shawms. There's a lot of Kamir's unpacked stuff.
Okay. I'm taking the skateboard.
Okay. Are you taking any shawms? Are you taking anything else?
No, I don't want to fucking shawl. That's all, I think. I don't think if there's nothing else of use, then no, I'm good. I'm leaving. You go to breakfast.
Okay. Okay, Nil goes down to breakfast, and you...
I have to know, are they still covered in blood?
Yes.
They're still covered in blood, yeah. And they also have a great sword that is dripping with Rubgy's remains, kind of slung over their back. And then they kind of step into the cafeteria, and you stepped through from the dorm building, so you kind of emerge around the omelet station. What would you like to get?
Gonna hit up a classic New York bagel once again. Just gonna go for that. Gonna sit at the table from best vantage point where I can kind of see people. And
okay, perfect.
I'm very excited, but I need to calm down because Cal is not excited.
Okay, so you walk towards the bagel table, and
as Cal sees Nil enter the room, he sort of is just watching Nil, and as Nil starts to walk over towards the bagels, he puts down his coffee and stands up very suddenly.
And then Nil, you see the bagels have been arranged to say prom, question mark.
And Cal shouts across the cafeteria from where he's standing. He's still got his hands on the table around his mug of coffee, and he goes, Nil, you do not have a date to prom. I also do not have a date to prom. It would be beneficial for both of us if we both had dates to prom.
Nil shouts across the room. I accept on one condition. I want information and I want protection.
Cal kind of looks at himself and looks back at Nil and goes, okay.
All right.
The Jimmy actually from the omelet area, it's like, woohoo, that's another promposal. Audience ratings are rolling in. Everyone rate that.
I'm heartbroken. Both of my characters are not having a good time. Well, Toad doesn't even know that Leggy's dead yet.
Oh my god, is Toad gonna find out at the screening? Toad's like, oh, I wonder if Leggy's coming to this screening right here.
Oh, wait.
Haven't seen Rubgy in a while, so what a shame.
Did Leggy die? Sadie's not.
Guys, this is for later. Nil, are you getting bagels? And then you go sit. Where are you sitting?
I'm going to sit at the empty one. That's the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're going to prom together, but they're not going to talk.
Definitely not. No way.
Also, at the same time, Dickie wakes. No, Dickie, what are you doing now? Because Cal has left the mansion. So.
Dickie's gonna go to breakfast now.
Okay, so let's say.
Wait. But has Dickie seen the bagel proposal?
No.
No, Dickie enters right now.
Okay, good.
But if you go look at the bagels, it does now read like a rom or something. There's like a couple are taken off of the P, but or ooh rom or something.
I think that Dickie will go and look at the bagels and just be like, Hey, Jimmy.
Hello.
Is this supposed to say something?
Well, it originally said prom in a mind-blowing promposal done by Calzone over there, that little businessman. And yes, so, but now it does not.
Cal proposed to
But
someone?
the bagels are gluten-free and locally sourced, and yes.
Okay, I don't care about the big Cal proposed to someone.
Yes.
Oh.
He's sitting right there. You can talk to him.
I don't think I will.
Okay.
But I'll take a bagel with chive, cream and cheese and avocados.
Perfect. And then the Jimmy kind of spreads the cream cheese and
not
stuff
the
on.
one from the promposal, the other one.
Okay. Jimmy snaps his fingers and a plate with a bagel as requested appears, and he gives that over.
Thank you. And he...
You do see that Nil is covered in blood.
Okay.
Other than that, like, everything seems pretty normal. Where do you sit? There's one table with Nil, one with Cal, and one with Toe and Iso.
He's going to sit with Toe and Iso, I think.
And Iso's like, hello. How are you?
And Dickie goes, I'm doing well. Thank you. I think you were the one who cured me last night when I was unconscious in the cafeteria.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
I'm always happy to help.
Of course.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
We're doing really good. We saw the sunrise this morning. It was really good. Yeah.
Wow, that's truly enjoyable. I seem to I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what Cal's deal is.
What do you mean?
Well, he did stab me yesterday. Stabbed me unconscious, actually. And now he proposed to someone else. I thought that we had an agreement.
Cal is kind of glaring up from his coffee, but as like inconspicuously as he can.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say steer clear from him. Probably. You know, he did stab you. At least he didn't kill you, right? Yes. That's true. At least I'm not dead. I do have a new prom date. Have you guys seen Rubgy this morning?
Not yet.
He does live next door though in the dorm, so I bet he's gonna pop over soon.
A late riser, of course.
Yeah,
Nobody
yes.
makes the connection between Nil sitting bloody in the corner and Rubgy's absence. I love that.
Nil has two types of blood on them. One is fresh Rubgy blood. The other is Nil blood from yesterday because Nil didn't go and take a shower or anything.
Cal might try and do another head speak thing.
I mean, I guess everybody else can see Cal just sort of like making a little... I don't think he necessarily looks apologetic, but he's not wearing the right face for whatever conversation is currently happening around him.
Dickie's looking very sad, and I think Cal just casts his mind over there.
And he says to Dickie in his mind, Dickie, I'm sorry, but I needed the points. I'm not trying to die early.
I think Dickie's in his mind sobbing. He goes, whoa, whoa. Okay. It's fine. I understand.
You're already going with Rubgy.
Oh, right. And he stops sobbing in his mind. His mind stops sobbing. He goes, sorry, right.
Yeah, he's not particularly covert as he glances over. Like, everyone can kind of see him move his head to look over at where Dickie is sitting, and Dickie looks incredibly sad. And Cal crosses his arms again in an inappropriate time, based on the conversation that's happening, like, closer to him, and just kind of continues staring at his coffee.
It was probably a good idea not to bring lard amongst. I feel like that would have been too suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want anyone to see me using.
Why not?
Because they would know that we still, I yelled at you
Right.
for...
Right. Lard, yes. Right. Valid. Correct. That was the plan, to act like strangers. That's okay.
Look, I know we were planning on disguising stuff today, but give me a little bit. Let me do this first. I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to, switch later.
All right. Sounds good.
So I think at this point, Cal's gonna try and get into Nil's head and attempt to start off with so that promposal, huh?
Who is this?
Your conscience.
No, it's fucking not. I do not have one. I do not have
You can
one.
roll insight and roll performance.
21.
That's a 13, so I don't know, man.
Yes.
Okay, but here's the thing.
I love
I think on
D&D
a
mechanics.
character basis, it's possible that they would believe that this is their own voice, but I highly doubt that they would believe it's their conscience.
Well, names, conscience, voice in your head. We're just having a head conversation.
Why now?
I've been trying for so long. I have no idea why now.
After we just killed someone?
Yes, it's that. It's definitely that. It's the killing. The killing that has been done. Who died?
Rubgy. I mean, he was inconsequential.
Yes, very.
So why now?
Well, it was a good death. It was a good death. You did a good job. We did a good job. I did that. I'm you.
God, I can't believe I have to be convinced by this.
This is all me being really bad at doing this.
I know.
Yes, I know too. We're the same
You have
person.
anything to say to me?
I'm just here for you to bounce ideas off of.
Well, we accomplished our task.
But we have another now.
What?
Well, we're going to get another target.
But we don't know who it is yet.
Not yet, but we should scope out everybody. What do we know about everybody in the room?
They seem relatively easy to kill.
All right. But we don't really know what happened on the night at the roller coaster, right?
Okay. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that Bill was not smart enough, given that it took me a very long time to figure out that someone killed Kamir and not Jimmy. I do not think that Nil has figured that out. So Nil is like, well, that was random. I mean, it was a strange coincidence, but I don't think we can spend too much time on it.
Right, of course. Yes, we're right. But
Yes,
what do we think about that prom coming up? Is that a concern?
Another stupid frill on this game. Doesn't matter.
Right, of course. No, not at all. And Cal does not want to date you.
I mean, that hadn't even occurred to me. Why would you bring that up?
It occurred. It definitely occurred to you. I'm you.
You know, even when we were more connected, we never had conversations like this. It usually didn't go down like this. I know, but I mean, I suppose we'll go to the prom. Maybe we'll be able to kill someone there, but I mean, it's certainly not important.
Okay. I think that's about it. I don't think Cal really has any other questions. I think Nil is already a little too suspicious for Cal's liking, so he's not going to press like, "Oh, what's your secret weakness?" like now. So I think he's going to kind of leave it at that. I guess again, leaving the connection open for the full hour. I think he's never going to. If anything is ever projected to him, I guess he hears it. So Nil, you have open communication with Cal for the next hour in your head, but you don't know it's Cal. Any thoughts that Nil would like to specifically tell their conscience? It's not just like I hear all of Nil's thoughts now. Like if Nil wants to say something to their conscience, I hear it.
Okay,
that's
cool.
all.
And at this point, I think Iso turns to Toe and is like,
Oh, do you want to head back? We could plan what we want to do today, but we could go and freshen up.
We can go and freshen up. Yeah, I think we should head back to the hut.
Yeah, cool.
Dickie, you'll be all right here, right? I think I might head back to the mansion. I don't feel safe in this cafeteria anymore.
Okay. Are you going to give Rubgy a proposal?
I will consider. I'm planning something big and very good. So get excited. I'm actually, you know, I'm getting a little excited. I'm getting a little excited about it.
Yeah, think about like the good things.
Yeah, I know.
Who cares if someone stabbed you? You have a good prom date.
It's okay.
And you
I'm
can
going to
propose
move past
him.
Move past all of the murder on this murder show. We're not going to think about that for now because I'm just so excited to prom-pose Rubgy. I'm excited to get to know the bloke. Not that bloke, but the
lad,
bloke
the man.
General. The lad.
How did he propose to you?
He gave me a note that said, "Find Thimbleton's," and then he said, "Prom," and I was like, all right.
That's interesting. I mean, I guess it's sweet. So he just wrote it out on a piece of paper and gave it to you?
Well, no, he didn't write the proposal down. He proposed to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Iso, Toe, and Dickie head out.
I think Cal heard that Dickie was going back to the mansion and is maybe gonna just like trail behind him at a distance.
Okay. In the meantime, Bass, you return from your morning run and you get to your bedroom. And
is there still a shit ton of blood outside?
You step out of the elevator and you see a shit ton of blood outside.
Bass goes, oh, fuck. And he, like, runs over to the door that they share and keys himself in.
Bloke is sitting on the bed reading his little pink book.
He goes, oh, Right.
Hi. How was your run?
It was good. Bloke, did you murder someone?
Oh no, but when I came back from showering, I saw that Nil was attacking Rubgy.
Oh
Yeah.
Shit. I guess they succeeded.
Yeah, good for them.
That's good. I mean, I guess it's not good because Nil's a lot more dangerous than Rubgy, but I'm right. Let's go to breakfast.
And then they head down, and Bloke gets a bagel today too. And you look around the cafeteria. The only person here anymore is Nil. What food are you getting?
Pulls out his little almanac. He's getting like a yogurt with a bunch of granola on it and like different fruits. It looks like kind of a yogurt day. He also has cereals and stuff. Mm-hmm. Again, he just eats a ridiculous variety of things every single day. It doesn't look like it would go together. And he's going to sit down at the same table as Nil.
Bloke is going to go sit there too. And Bloke's like, good job.
Thank you.
That says, all right. That was, I mean, I guess the two of us kind of the first people to get one in, right?
You know, I came back.
Oh yeah, but we'll see today. We'll see today.
No, fucking Nero's reaction was like, I guess we will.
Yes. And then Bloke gives him a little thumbs up.
Bass like cracks his back and he's like, I don't know my next assignment yet. Do you?
No.
And at this moment, Jimmy appears in front of you. No, actually, the omelet Jimmy just walks over. And he says, we had our second kill last night. Woohooey! It's time for a kill screening. Meet in the theater in 30 minutes. A zone of truce will start in 25 minutes, meaning all killings in this time will be invalid and targets will automatically be resurrected. And as Dickie and Iso and Toe are walking back and Cal is walking back, Jimmy appears in front of you all and delivers the same message.
Dickie's gonna go, hey Jimmy?
Hello. I am right here. Meet in the theater in 30 minutes. A zone of truce will begin.
It's not about that. Sorry. I wanted to ask you a question.
Yes.
Can I have a band... Can I have a band of Jimmys for the theater?
Yes.
Right before the kill screening.
Oh, yes. Sure.
Yeah, okay.
What would you like us to play? The royally, I am a king, and many beings.
I'll hey Jimmy you again at the mansion because I have the sheet music. I've been practicing a little ditty.
Perfect.
Yes.
And then the Jimmy disappears. So back at the lunchroom, what is going on after this message is delivered? Bloke's like, okay, I think we have time. It's 30 minutes. We'll be fine.
Yeah, Beth smiles and is all right. I think you'll really like this one. I took some of your advice, Bloke.
Ooh, I can't wait to see it. I'm sure you'll do great. Betsy Speed, of course. I'll give you a really high rating. Won't you, Tyrdale?
Depends on how it is.
Oh, like just between us friends too. You can boost her up a little, you know.
You can.
Why would I do that?
Well,
all right.
Okay.
All right, okay.
So
that we could do the same for your Rubgy one.
Okay, now no gets it. Took him a minute. Okay. So it's like, I see.
Yeah.
All right. I suppose I will give a higher rating.
Cool. Let's go back to the foresty areas. Iso's like, oh, another kill?
I think, oh my god, Neil was covered in a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Do you think it was Rubgy? Is Dickie still there?
Dickie's still there.
And Dickie goes, what? Did you say?
No, wait, Dickie, when did Rubgy propose to you?
He proposed to me at 11 p.m. last night.
Okay. I think that's, unless Nil really just went ham in that last hour of the day. Jimmy said it was from yesterday, so.
Oh, okay. Well, who could it be then? We didn't see Bloke or Bass. Do you think it's one of them?
I mean, it could be. I also didn't see them much. They were in the VCS, so one could have died there.
My goodness.
Oh, wait, no, we saw them at dinner. It could have been after.
Possibly. I mean, they seem vicious.
They seem vicious?
Well, I guess...
I mean, Bass seems vicious.
I guess we'll see in half an hour.
Very small.
Bloke, he has a glint of scheme in his eye.
Okay. Let's go back to the breakfast time conversation. And Bloke has finished his meal around now, and he's like, do you want to do you want to head to the theater? To both Bass and Nil.
All right. You two go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
Bass does not fucking like this at all. He's like,
No, he won't.
How about we all walk together?
Yeah.
All right.
It's the Cal door confrontation of this episode.
The Cal door confrontation all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Nil, are you excited about getting your next killing assignment?
Yes.
Cool.
Also, I want to make it clear, Noah's walking in like a lockstep, like literally, like not an inch high, not an inch head, looking over, making sure.
Bloke is walking a little too fast for you all, so he walks a little, realizes he's ahead, and then he stops and kind of runs back to wait for y'all to catch up. And then
carefully positioning himself between Nil and Bloke. He's like walking in the middle, and he is fucking watching Nil. None of them trust each other.
Literally, not at all.
You get to the theater and you see that it has again been shifted around so that there's only one row of seats. Only this time there are only 7 seats in the row. Bloke's like, ooh, now there's a real middle seat. And he says, Bass, do you want to sit in the middle?
Sure, why not?
Nil, where are you sitting?
I'm next to Bass, like close to the exit.
Back where Iso and Toe are, they're still having their conversation there. And Iso's like, well, I guess we'll find out very soon who was killed. Do you want to head over?
Sure. Yeah, we can head over. And Dickie says, I'm going to run back to the mansion real quick so I can grab my sheet music. But I'll meet you there.
Okay.
Upon hearing, I assume he hears that Dickie's going back to the mansion?
Yes.
He's going to follow just to kind of see what's up.
Okay. So Toe and Iso get to the theater and Iso's like, oh, I guess some people are already here. Let's go sit. And Iso is going to go sit at the far and farthest away from most people.
Okay, and then Toe's going to sit next to her.
And then back at the mansion, what are Cal and Dickie doing?
I think he just grabs the sheet music and goes.
Cal looks a little confused that that's what Dickie's doing, like just going back to the music to genuinely just grab sheet music.
Okay. Meanwhile, at the theater, a Jimmy appears on the stage and says, "The zone of truce begins now. No funny business," and disappears. And around then, Dickie, you arrive at the theater and you see this layout. Where do you sit?
And in between Toe and Bloke.
Cal, how close are you?
I mean, I guess pretty close.
You snatch the one seat left. And so right now it is Cal, Nil, Bass, Bloke, Dickie, Toe, Iso. Bloke turns to Bass and is like, so what are your plans for today? Are you thinking about doing anything? I guess we should prep for the prom if that's tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna figure out where to get.
Yeah.
I usually at home I would have like outfits that my dad wanted me to wear, but I don't have any of those here. So I don't know, maybe the VCS would have something.
Yeah, we can go check it out later. he turns to Dickie and he's like, "Hi,
Hi, Bloke. What's up?
love this zone of truce, huh?"
It's very truthful and
Yeah.
no killing.
Best time to sit next to you.
Yes.
So
Why is it the best time to what? Truce. Yep, always.
Glad you made those connections. So,
Sorry. Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
I'm guessing you're not going to prom with Cal anymore.
I'm not. I'm going with Rubgy. I have a band prepared.
Oh.
You know what? I think I'll start now. So I'm sure Rubgy is coming soon. So
There are no more seats here.
then there are no more
And then
seats.
Bloke turns to Bass, and he's kind of like, "This is awkward.
Yeah, I do.
Ooh, this is so rough."
I think I will start anyways because Dickie, don't think that he's dead. So I'm going to band.
And then a bunch of Jimmies appear on the stage. There's a Jimmy in the back with a drum set. There's a Jimmy on a guitar, a Jimmy on a bass, and a lead singer Jimmy, but he hands the microphone over to Dickie and he's like, "Do you want to give it a spin?"
Yes, and Dickie pulls out the sheet music that he brought and is really looking at it hard because he suddenly realized that he can't read the sheet music, so it's just a bunch of dots and lines. So he's like,
Oh. Why does he have it?
That's a good question. But he's looking at it and he's going, all right, I can read the words.
Is there a special someone here, or would you like to?
Oh, I guess we should wait. Does anyone know where?
Well, everyone is here, so
everyone?
everyone is here, so we will start the kill screening if you are not going to make your proposal now.
And Dickie's just kind of like blank face. He does not know what to do. So he's like, I guess I won't propose, and sits back down in his seat.
You could always propose to someone else.
Well, but the words here say Rubgy. It's on the sheet.
You could change the words.
It's on the sheet. I can't change the words. It's on the paper.
Do you want a new sheet?
No, I wrote it. Dickie wrote it down, and it says Rubgy.
Okay. So no band?
No band.
Okay. And then Jimmy snaps his fingers and the Jimmies disappear. So no band. Yeah.
Can
And
Dickie
a
jump
screen-
on Nils' skateboard that he stole from Rubgy? So no
Yes.
band. No band. Chris is the skateboard.
Are you actually trying to crush the skateboard?
No, he doesn't actually do that.
Okay,
He goes,
okay.
it's back in his... Princess Toe here. Thanks for listening. Be sure to follow us on Tumblr at ZIGLET'S ZANY Murder Mania and Twitter at ZZMM Pod, and subscribe to never miss an episode. Bye.